Welcome back to Petsacular, your go-to channel for real, reliable reviews on everything that makes life better for our furry, feathered, or hooved friends. Today, we're diving into a product designed for our equine companions, the 6-pack Ulcergard oral paste syringe, featuring 13.68 grams of omeprazole in each dose. This is a non-prescription product specifically formulated to prevent equine gastric ulcer syndrome, or EGUS, which is a pretty common concern in performance horses, especially those under stress from travel, training, or competition. It's cinnamon-flavored, easy to dose, and marketed as a simple way to maintain your horse's gastric health. Each syringe contains a precise dose of omeprazole, a proton pump inhibitor that reduces stomach acid production. That's key for horses because their stomachs produce acid continuously, unlike humans. So high stress or irregular feeding can lead to ulcers pretty fast. The packaging includes 6 syringes, and each one has clearly marked dosage lines to match your horse's weight, typically enough for 6 days of preventive treatment for one horse. Using it was pretty straightforward. The paste comes in a familiar dial-a-dose syringe, similar to many oral equine medications. The cinnamon flavor was surprisingly well accepted. No need to wrestle a reluctant horse into submission just to get the job done. Administering it before trailering or events was smooth, and it became an easy addition to our routine. In terms of real-world effectiveness, our test subject, a spirited gelding prone to anxiety during travel, showed fewer signs of gastric discomfort and maintained a better appetite throughout the week-long training circuit. That said, it's worth noting this is a preventive product, not a treatment for existing ulcers. If your horse already has symptoms, you'll need a vet-prescribed approach. Now let's talk pros and cons. On the plus side, it's non-prescription, so it's accessible. The dosage instructions are clear, and the syringe is accurate and easy to use. Flavor acceptance is high, and it actually works as advertised when used preventively. On the flip side, it's not exactly cheap, especially for long-term or multi-horse use. It's also only for prevention, so it won't help if your horse is already suffering from EGUS. And as with most paste medications, it's a single-use plastic product, which might not sit well with those aiming to reduce waste. Is this worth your money? That depends on your situation. For horses under high stress, especially those traveling frequently or in competitive settings, this is a solid investment in preventive care. Considering the cost of treating gastric ulcers after the fact, Ulcergard can actually save you money and heartache in the long run. But for everyday, low-stress pasture ponies, maybe not essential. Compared to similar products like GastroGuard, which contains the same active ingredient but is prescription only and more focused on treatment, Ulcergard stands out for being preventive and OTC. Cheaper alternatives like antacid powders or herbal blends exist, but they don't come with the same clinical backing or targeted delivery mechanism. It's not the cheapest option, but it's certainly one of the more convenient and scientifically grounded ones. In terms of build quality, the syringe feels solid and doesn't clog. The plunger moves smoothly, and the dosing lines don't rub off after handling, which is more useful than you'd think in dusty barns. Longevity isn't really applicable here, since it's a one-time use product, but it stayed stable at room temperature and didn't degrade even after sitting in a tack box for a few weeks. Customer service wasn't directly tested here, but Mariel, the manufacturer, has a solid reputation in the equine space. They've been around a long time, and their helpline is widely reported as responsive and helpful. If you're looking for cheaper alternatives, some horse owners use ranitidine or omeprazole capsules from general pharmacies, but those lack the targeted dosing, equine-specific formulation, and flavoring. You might save some cash, but the convenience and compliance level with Ulcergard is hard to match. If this review helped, hit like, subscribe, and press that bell icon so more horse lovers and equine caretakers can find this video. Is this review useful to you? Tap the bell so you don't miss out on our next honest take. To wrap it up, the 6-pack Ulcergard oral paste syringe is a practical, effective, and easy-to-use solution for preventing ulcers in stressed horses. It's not cheap, and it's not a treatment, but it delivers on its promise. If you've got a high-strung thoroughbred headed for a show ring, a trailer, or just a change in feed, this might be exactly what you need to keep their gut calm. For backyard horses without stress triggers, probably overkill. Thanks for watching Petsacular. You'll find the link to grab Ulcergard down in the comments. Got questions or have you used it before? Drop your thoughts below. I'd love to hear how it worked for your horse. Until next time, keep those tails swishing, hooves happy, and let's keep life